Faith over fear. Faith over fear. You are listening to Faith Over Fear. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Dr. Mabel Springfield Scott, better known on radio as Able Mabel, your princess of poetry and praise. And we are glad you are part of the conversation as we talk about faith over fear. Faith over fear. This week, several things passed through my mind that kind of all tied together after I outlined all of my notes. And I couldn't believe how a lot of what I'm saying today is really to help me, Able Mabel, your princess of poetry and praise. Several things happened. A song came to my mind while I was praying one morning, and I just couldn't get the song out of my mind. Along with the song, later on, I saw a quote that one of my best friends had posted. And the quote just resonated in my mind, in my heart, and in my spirit. And I said, wow, this is saying something. This is saying something that means something for me. And this is the quote that stuck in my mind. I am thankful for my struggle, for without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. I am thankful for my struggle, for without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. Along with that quote, the song that I kept hearing from the day that I was doing a special prayer and throughout this week, the song that dropped into my spirit was Through It All, Through It All. I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon His word. And I've been singing this song since I was a teenager, a little kid growing up in Memphis, singing in the choir. And we loved all the songs that Brother Andre Crouch wrote. But this one, this week, had so much meaning because it brought back so many memories of experiences and things that I have been through. It's almost like I was zooming through a video of different things that I have had to undergo and deal with and figure out that I didn't think I'd be able to even make it through. And yet, but because of God, I was able to make it. I'm sure many of you can relate to what I just said. And this is why this song means so much to me, because Through It All by Andre Crouch is a very moving, meaningful, memorable melody. The late, great Andre Crouch was serious when he wrote the lyrics to Through It All, because they succinctly paint a picture of what many of us have gone through and may be still going through. Andre Crouch wrote, I've had many tears and sorrows. I've had questions for tomorrow. There's been times I didn't know right from wrong. But in every situation, God gave me blessed consolation that my trials come to only make me strong. I've been to lots of places. I've seen a lot of faces. There's been times I felt so all alone. But in my lonely hours, yes, those precious lonely hours, Jesus lets me know that I was his own. Through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon his word. Brother Andre Crouch was able to capture what we've gone through, what we're going through, and what we will go through as we walk this daily walk, as we go through this journey, as we move from day to day through what we call life. It's an exciting experience because with life, we never know what will happen. And yet we plan and we schedule and we anticipate and we dedicate and we regulate and we just do all kinds of stuff, thinking about the future, designing what we think will happen for tomorrow and what we will need, getting ready for the next day, preparing for the next chapter, organizing for the next page in our life. And as I was writing these notes, a song came to mind that I heard as a little kid growing up. It's kind of humorous, it's colorful, but it's by Peggy Lee. I don't even know if some of you all have heard of her. But Peggy Lee is singing about and describing how we sometimes wait and put things off and procrastinate until tomorrow, until the morning, until the new day. Take a listen to these words from a song by Peggy Lee. The faucet she is dripping and the fence she's falling down. My pocket needs some money, so I can't go into town. My brother isn't working and my sister doesn't care. The car, she needs a motor, so I can't go anywhere. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Although we often sing ourselves, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Tomorrow, the morning, a new day. We still, as we put off and sing mañana, know that we're going to have to still go through it all. Although we wait and procrastinate, we still are going to have to go through it all. Because by going through it all, we get to go to it all. Going through to get to is all part of living and all part of life. As long as we are living, we will have to go through to get to. As long as we are breathing, we will have to go through to get to. As long as we are alive, we will have to go through to get to. And we will have to maneuver and keep on moving because, as Langston Hughes wrote in his famous poem, Mother to Son, well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time I's been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back, don't you sit down on the steps 'cause you finds it kinda hard. Don't you fall now, For I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. I'm thankful for this poem, Mother to Son by Langston Hughes, because it illustrates what we all go through. Y'all know life ain't been no crystal stair. You know there have been tacks and splinters and boards and places with no carpets and the floor just simply bare. But in the poem, Langston Hughes has the mother telling the son, but you got to keep on climbing. You got to keep on going up to the next landing. You got to keep on turning those corners. And the lights might be out and dark, but you got to keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going up those steps. It might get hard. Keep on climbing. It's no crystal stair, but you keep on keeping on until you make it. Until you make it. So we thank Langston Hughes for encouraging us and letting us know that we got to keep on, because life is a struggle, because life is about keep on going, keep on doing, keep on believing, keep on hoping, keep on knowing that there's faith over fear. Faith over fear. So I am thankful for my struggle. For without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. I am thankful for my struggle. For without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. So we still have to endure hard times, and we still have to deal with hardships, and we still have to experience pains. For the Bible says in 1 Corinthians, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So be encouraged. Because in 1 Corinthians, no matter what temptation, no matter what happens to us, y'all, God is faithful, and he is not going to let you be tempted by something that he knows that you won't be able to deal with. You will be able, because you have God by your side. And I love this part, because with whatever temptation, there will be a way to escape, and you will be able to bear it. We hear similar words in Hebrew 12. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. Hebrews is saying something similar to what we saw in 1 Corinthians. And it's telling us that there were a cloud of witnesses, a whole bunch of biblical characters throughout the Old and New Testament who have gone through already what we are going through. And so we should lay aside all of these extra weights and things that we're carrying on our shoulders that are having us bent all over and slooped over and not able to stand up straight. Because God is going to be with us. And when he is with us, we will be able to run, not be bent over, but we'll be able to run the patience. Run with patience. Run with patience all around us. Run the race, no matter what is there, because Jesus is the author, the one who wrote